Hey, welcome back to another episode of my modded Minecraft survival world here, and it is going to be a big progress episode, so stay tuned. Starting off, I need building materials. More specifically, I decided to build with diorite for this house that I want to do, and I also bred up some cows and got a diamond pickaxe so that I could make books for bookshelves and bookshelves for my enchanting table. Here I just placed the 10 bookshelves that I could afford around my enchantment table, and I was hoping that would be enough for level 30, but it was not yet. I still did get a pretty decent silk touch enchantment on my iron pickaxe, an efficiency 2, and unbreaking 2 on a diamond pickaxe for the time being after I made an anvil and combined them. Here I transformed all of that diorite into this create mod cut diorite with the stone cutter, and I placed all of this diorite, filling in the void that the frame I left in the last episode. With that bit of building out of the way, I needed to do something for the floors, and I don't know why I thought of this, but when I was doing that dungeon in the last episode, I thought that the stone on the bottom looked pretty cool. The bad news is this was so annoying to harvest. And I only had enough to do just these 2 floors for now, and also one of the guys on the server dropped off a villager for me, which was very, very nice. I used his elevator too later on so he could show me one of his new projects, which was an auto iron farm. This converted cobblestone from a cobblestone generator into iron. Back at my own house after lots of material grinding, this is what it looks like after I put in some floors and also kind of started clearing out one of the spaces for another new room. After the floors became a roofing project and I used this white wood, I can't even pronounce it, but to make my roof. I then got bored of building and collecting materials, so then I ventured out to find new things, and one of the first things I found was this gorilla. And then later on I found this dark sand, which led me to a volcano, a very cool biome, and I might have to come back here in the future to do some exciting building. I also collected these really pink flowers and just kind of random stuff like this as I was exploring. Then something more important when I was exploring I found was this applied energistics to meteorite. This thing is very important for late game, but for now I made sure to collect all I had and also brought out my silk touch pick so I could start collecting these crystals. Also, my favorite mob here is the bison. I found a plains biome here that had a bunch of bison, and so I made sure to get the ruined portal obsidian nearby and make an obsidian nether portal so that I could come back here and collect these bison and bring them to my base because I just love these animals so much. In the nether, I am setting up a pathway here when I get distracted because there is a massive nether portal behind me, and also I get to test out this gun that one of the guys on the server made, and he named it Peacemaker. It is very overpowered. And then in this modded nether portal, it is massive. There is stuff everywhere and loot all over the place. I did my best to kind of explore it and grab all the loot I needed, and they even had this opening create mod big doorway thing, which was epic. After doing quite a bit of exploring, I came upon all of these barrels that had just tons of loot in them. Whether they were good or not, I didn't care. I was just so happy to be looting. And then finally I collected blaze rods. After I put everything away, I headed back to my place and smelted up some sand so that I could finally add windows to my base, but not before a second villager was dropped off for me, and this was huge. If you've ever seen a modded survival series or a regular vanilla survival series, villagers are massive for progression. You can pretty much get any item you want from them and tons of XP and emeralds, and it's just great. So I decided to dive into some villagers just early on here, and I made a Fletcher to start where I could trade tons of sticks for emeralds. And then after quite a bit of emerald trading, I was pretty much able to get whatever I wanted from this toolsmith once I leveled him up enough. I kept Building on, this villager room would be complete once I had some new floors, but for now I decided to put down a bunch of beds so I could breed up little babies. I also made some bread to throw down for the villagers so that they actually would breed. Now the toolsmith could keep leveling up with all this iron I was getting, as well as the sticks. And that's going to be it for this episode. Look forward to more progression in the next episode.